Hello! Welcome to the most anticipated DLC ever. Let's get started.
Τέλος.
Touch the withered arm and travel to the realm of shadow.
Let's go. We start in a very beautiful area, and spoiler alert, this DLC is full of them. After highlighting this, we went directly to gather the first map, and then we fought our first enemy. It was a disaster, and like that, the first death was here. After that defeat, we found the mausoleum, but my stream had some issues and everything froze, so I'll show it to you later. By the way, I couldn't beat the boss there anyway. We found our first Scaduder fragment, which is one of the two items that you can use to get stronger in the DLC. The other one is the Revert Spiritas Blessing. We tried to beat the giant in the starting area, but the damage we could deal was so low that we abandoned it for later. Then it was time to head west, to Belra Tower. There we explored, we killed some mobs and died by some mobs. We faced an NPC, and after many deaths, and I mean many deaths, it was time to move on and let him for later. We found the key, and then we continued going upstairs until we found a grace and a big door. As you can guess, it was time for our first main boss, Divine Beast Dancing Lion. After some deaths, even if the boss wasn't that hard, I decided to use the Mimic tier in order to proceed further, but even that wasn't enough. Finally though, we beat him.
Fuck you!
We go even more higher, but the door is sealed by shadow. We went down again and found the door that we could now unlock with the key that we found earlier. We wore the new helmet, and the lady could smell this nice smell again.
Anyway.
Now I was ready to face the boss in the first mausoleum, and I did it first try.
Fuck off!
We went a bit south to explore a part of the starting area that we haven't gone before. We enjoyed the view, and then it was time to die again, this time by a very strong mob, so I skipped him so I can gather some items from this area. Then we moved north to a lake where we found and fought our first Ghost Flame Dragon. But as you can guess, after many deaths, I decided to skip him until later. We went west and found ourselves the first dungeon, Belrod Jail. Here we fought some monstrosities, parkoured a bit, and fought an easy boss.
Fuck. Off, you piece of shit.
We moved on east through Elak Great Bridge to Castle Ensis, where we fought a giant in the entrance. We found a new weapon type, we fought some dogs and a knight that I skipped because I couldn't beat and I forgot about him. Well then, we found our next boss, Relana. And for me, the hardest boss in Eldenring. After many deaths, I decided to take a break.
That's it guys for tonight.
Next day, I decided to change my build to what I was confident with, Bleed, and Rivers of Blood Katanas.
Fuck.
We fought the giant in the first area and beat him, but it was a very boring fight as I just ran and hit with Torrent. It was about time to go again to Relana, but still I wasn't good enough to beat her.
Fuck off.
I spawned the Mimic, but again I was dying.
No, fuck! What? No.
Until I didn't, and this boss was down.
Fuck you!
We unlocked a new area, Skadu Atlus, we acquired the map and left the area for later. We went a bit south, we found a new dungeon, a forge, but there was no boss at the end. We moved a bit more south and we got down from some cliffs. We killed a mini boss and discovered probably the most beautiful area in the game, Cerulean Coast.
Cerulean Coast.
We went back a bit to kill a giant, and then it was time to discover some things in Cerulean Coast. We killed demi-human Queen Mariga and jumped into a hole that was leading to a neighbor island, on which there was another mausoleum.
Stake of Marika. You know what?
Here, we fought Dancer of Rana, which is probably the easiest boss of the mausoleums. We continued in Cerulean Coast, where we found a bigger hole than before, and guess what? Of course, I jumped in. There was a seal by Mikela, so we have to come back later. We moved on and found a very weird area, with many fingers coming out of the ground. We couldn't do anything here for now. After, we went to a mountain that we have skipped and found a new cave, Dragon's Pit.
Hello?
Yeah, we fought a dragon here, but it wasn't the boss.
Die, you
To go to the boss, we had to jump into the void and then face the ancient dragon man.
have no HP. Fuck off.
After killing him, a new area was unlocked. A new area full of dragons. We killed our first dragon and then we ended up in an area where it was the biggest dragon that we have ever seen. Thank God it was dead though. After riding him, we went to the other side and continued climbing the mountain. There, we saw two dragons fighting, so we helped them die quicker. Anyway, we moved higher and found the worst dragon to fight, Ancient Dragon Sinesax. After some deaths, I thought that it was not worth my time, so I summoned the Mimic and some tries later, I killed it.
You piece of shit! Die, bastard! Okay.
It was time for the oldest dragon to be my enemy. There, we summoned a friend of ours that he requested us to do so, but let me tell you guys, he is the worst summon that we have ever seen. It takes around 20 to 30 seconds for him to spawn because he has to shout at the dragon every fucking time. Again, I couldn't beat him, so I summoned the Mimic Tear, so I would not rage too much. It was time for the Ghost Flame Dragons to die.
Fuck
The
you!
first one that I killed was the one in the Cerulean Coast. Then I went to the first one that we fought at Graveside Plain and was indeed much easier. We found a new fort and after exploring a bit, we found also a boss and killed him.
Bye.
We moved on and found out that there were more Ghost Flame Dragons. We killed it as well though. Next, we ended up in some catacombs that I don't like at all. There, the boss was a Death Knight that we parried to death.
You're dead.
We started exploring a bit the Skadu Atlas and ended up in a church where we killed an NPC and we acquired a key that we will use later.
Did you like that now?
We went a bit higher in the map, we killed another giant, and then we were outside the castle. A message popped up though, and a seal was broken. We went directly to the cave that we found earlier, and indeed that was the seal that broke. There was the stone coffin fissure area. It was not a hard place, except some laser guys that were shooting at you all the time. Anyway, we found the coffin ship, but we needed to jump again into the void. And so we did. And we ended up to Bloodborne, and we have to fight the Orphan of Kos. No, I'm joking. But it was a boss that I think looks a lot like Orphan of Kos. It took some tries and some deaths, but I think it was one of the best bosses. If you learn the patterns, you can dodge his attacks easy enough.
Fuck off. You piece of shit. You fucking piece of... I'm afraid.
After killing the putrescent knight, we found Centrina, from which we imbibed some nectar and died 4 times, so she can tell us that we have to kill Miquella in order to save him.
You must kill me.
And that's it for today's video, guys. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for the next.